PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello there, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And I am your host, Jesse Oakley III. The purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is where I, Jesse Oakley III, get to interview a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in their communities. Whether they are singers, speakers, writers, authors, anyone that's making a big difference in their community, you'll hear from them first on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And today, we have ourselves a wonderful, fantastic show. And today, we're going to go right into the world of being a realtor. And in the Las Vegas Valley, we experienced growth since the late 80s, early 90s. And once growth happens, you'll be sure that there's got to be the realm of real estate that is out there for the past 30, 35 years in the Las Vegas Valley. And I have with me today a realtor by the name of Cristina Scoble, and we'll talk about how she got started and some words of wisdom, some challenges that might lie ahead in this career. And without further delay, help me welcome Cristina Scoble. Cristina, how's it going?
Thank you. Doing well, thank you. Having the best day of my life.
All right. And without further delay, let's chat.
Yes, let's chat.
Okay, now, for all the people out there, they have some type of idea what a realtor does, and you're being a realtor yourself. Could you explain what being a realtor entails?
Thank you. Great question. What does a realtor do? Let me start by saying, what does a realtor don't do? What is not a realtor is not. I am a realtor. I am not your certified public accountant or CPA. I am also not your escrow or title officer. I am not a home inspector to point out all the mistakes. I am not a licensed mental health counselor or therapist. Whew. I am not your mortgage loan lender. Most especially, I am not your lawyer. However, as a realtor, I work with a lot of these people I just mentioned. I am not. Buyers, sellers expect realtors to be a realtor, and all of the above that I said, I am not. What do realtors actually do? Well, first of all, let me define what a realtor is. A realtor is one who is a member of the National Association of Realtors, NAR. Realtors, all realtors are either agents, brokers. However, not all agents and brokers are realtors. Therefore, they cannot claim or use the big logo R if they're not members. We can also say that as realtors, we are held to a higher degree of accountability because we are under the code of ethics. We have to abide by the code of ethics of NAR. That's hard, right? Higher ethical standard than just being a realtor is hard. Yes. What do realtors do? First, we counsel our buyers or sellers. We're not counselors, but we counsel them on several factors. On what to do first, we proceed and present a process to them. What is a process? We have a process that we use. So buyers and sellers would be able to actually understand what they're going into. They don't just want to say, I want to look at this house. Oh, we have to, first of all, figure out what you qualify for. So we try to explain all the process. And in that process, included in there is getting them pre-qualified. Not pre-qualified, pre-approved. When we get them pre-approved, we'll know what or how much budget they can afford as a single person, as a couple, or as four members of their family to the max four people. We also, in that process, build a relationship with our buyers and sellers, right? We help them figure what the best property for them to purchase. They're purchasing. Put them in a locale that they're interested, because it's not up to us to say, hey, let's buy at this place because I like this place. It is not going to be my place. It is going to be where they want to be, what neighborhood, what zip code they want to be. That is my job, is to help them locate the property. They're going to go, this is it. Fall in love with that and see if it's within their budget, right? And in the process, I don't just, after we write the contract or offer, after they get pre-approved and they find a home, I just leave them alone. No, that's not the end of it. There's
Mm.
a whole plethora of steps that we have to cover to make it a successful transaction, so they can be happy and grateful that they have used a realtor. Because they'll say, I can probably buy it on my own. Yes, you probably could. Just be sure you're ready for the headaches yourself, because you don't know the forms. You don't know what kind of negotiations you want to offer. Can you offer a price lower than the asking? Can you ask for other things aside from the lower price? Can you ask other concessions at the end? You don't know that as a buyer yourself. But as your realtor, I am your liaison. I am your buyer representative who will be your advocate, be there for you. When inspection time comes, I'll be there to go see what the inspector found, and let's see what needs to be fixed if it's a resale home. If it's a brand new home, we'll be there before the closing for the walkthrough to find out if anything was not finished.
Mm.
It's one or the other. Before you close, I make sure all the things that you need to start in your home, your keys, your mailbox keys, the things that you need to sign, and that your funds are ready to fund, because you are not conditionally approved, but fully approved to close on such a date that you and the seller have decided to. It's quite a long process. There's always a deadline for this. There's what we call the time when we put the earnest money, to the time when there's a due diligence, when money becomes hard money. I'll say, what are those terms? Who will
Mm.
help you navigate those terminologies in the process? Because that's why we're there. We're there to get the headache that you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be very excited as a homeowner, not be stressed, right? And
Oh,
when
yeah.
you finally get the house, or when you're a seller, you finally sold the house, you're happy. As a buyer, you're happy, you're ready to move in because you say yes to the address. As a seller, you're happy because now you're ready to move on. Purchase a new property, or an investment property if it's your second or third properties. Some of the things we cover, we also keep in touch within the same year. And even after that, I keep in touch with them. So it's a ongoing relationship, not only preparing you to buy, but keeping you in the process, in the whole relationship, and staying in contact. If they have any questions with their home warranty, of course, I'm not going to be the one to fix it, but I'll refer people that I know that are within the circle. And if they're not happy, I'll give you other names. Of course, I don't get anything from referring these people. It's just that I know them ahead of time, right?
Right. Uh, I tell you, that's a detailed version of what a realtor does, and definitely appreciate all the information that is out there on what a realtor does. Now, the next question is, how did you get your start in becoming a realtor?
I'd say it was back in 1989 when I first became a realtor, but it's not here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I was still in the Philippines when I became a realtor. I was working in database, I was working in advertising. They were not so fruitful. They were an income, not too much.
Hmm.
Once I got into real estate, I loved it that I got my broker license and I got so excited. However, I never got to use my broker license because I moved here within that 6 months. And at that time, my husband was in real estate in Boulder City,
Hmm.
and I work in the same condominium development where he was a realtor in the tract development. I work as an office manager for 5 years in Boulder City
Okay.
before I decided to work for the state. Over 2 decades later, I found, I need another thing to keep me not just busy, but to keep me wanting more.
Okay.
I think I had the, what you call it, real estate fever. My fever kept coming back to me and saying, come back, come back. And so during the pandemic, I was still employed. I said, I should take the test.
Hmm.
We were going to go do fixer uppers. However, things happened. That's
Okay.
no longer possible. He could not do fixing or do anything of any manual labors anymore.
All right.
Therefore, that's a no go. I said, let, let pass the test. I'll just keep it. When I said one day, I'm going to retire and I'm going to do real estate full time, I retired and I started real estate the next day.
Ah.
And so I retired, but evolved to real estate.
All right.
I love
Fantastic.
it since then.
I bet you do. That's truly fantastic to hear about your start. And next question I have for you is many careers have their different challenges. What were some of the challenges that you faced in becoming or being a realtor?
There are many challenges in being a realtor, especially now. Since August of last year, realtors like us, we used to know what kind of commission we're expecting with any listing.
Okay.
Now, nothing is to be written. It is not to be written whether it's 1, 2, 3, whatever percent it is. You'd have to put it in your offer. And the seller, the listing agent, has to go present it and approve it, get the seller to approve it. Therefore, you're at their mercy to find out, hey, they're only giving you so little percent in commission. Wow. After you've worked so hard in finding this house all the way in Timbuktu, not really. It could be all the way in Pahrump, which is not just a drive. It's about an hour's drive with traffic.
Yep.
It's a good drive to go there. It's just one long drive. It takes about an hour. But you can always negotiate things. That's what you are as a realtor. You can always negotiate things. And you're not tied to whatever they're approving. You can always negotiate it and ask the seller, how do we want it to, the seller and the buyer, they want to cover it. Therefore, that's a challenge buyer representative realtors are facing nowadays. The
Right.
sellers have to actually tell the listing agent, this is what I'm willing to pay for the buyer's agents for their commission. But you
Okay.
cannot put that in any listing since August of last year. Before we knew what it is, rentals, buying, selling, it's all there. Only nowadays, it's only the new builders that
Hmm.
tells us we're giving you 2%, we're giving you 2.5. We know ahead of time before we walk into their place what it is. But resale, you have to put it in your offer. The other challenge that is out of our control too is when we have an appointment. I
Hmm.
came from a very structured employment for almost 25 years.
Right.
Therefore, I'm used to this time, this time, this time. I eat lunch at this time, I go home at this time. I meet people at this time, I have a meeting at this time. Everything is structured. You can almost do it at your during sleep. Now you have scheduled for this one. You're meeting a client at this one at this place. Then you're jumping to another appointment. Then you're running to your open house. Whoops! Somebody canceled. Somebody wants to go earlier. What are you to do? Oh, you're not available at the time, but that's my only available time. So you try to go squeeze them. You try to go cancel the ones that are under your control, your open house.
Yeah.
You try to put them and use your personal time. So now you are going way past your working time. It's just not under your control. And you're thinking, wow, today I've been with clients since 6 in the morning till 8 in the evening. I never had lunch. I am tired. I'm taking this. So I always try to say, this day is for follow ups. This day is for follow ups. This day is for a meeting and meeting with clients.
Okay.
These are my open house days, and this is my day off. And I'm only talking to people in person or by phone after a certain time. You have to have limits, you have to have hours.
You do.
Wow. So it also covers my one more challenge,
Okay.
which is focus. Focus is very hard to stick to, especially in real estate. Like I said, you're juggling appointments, meeting with clients, your personal time. The one thing I would not give up is my Sunday. It's my worship day.
Mm-hmm.
I try to give my clients value. That's what I do. I don't sell, I give them value. My strategy is to help my clients get to where they wanted to be at the time that they want to be. For example, you want to move back or you want to move to Texas by November 30. We'll have to schedule everything. We'll have to sell your house before then so you can successfully move by then and have the major move and all the things you need to go do so you can start your job and move to your new place in Texas. And I can also help you find a place in Texas while you're still here and employed in the at your current employment. I can
Wow.
help you do all of those. That's my mission. My strategy is I do this for them. It is not about me, it is about them. What I like is not what matters. If I say, oh no, I don't like that place. No, it's not about me. It is about the clients. My
Right.
clients count the most. I'm client centered and I am just happy if they're happy.
All right. All right. If you're happy, they're happy. It sounds like the challenge is you have to have a mind of a chess player. You have to know the pieces, the strategy, the board, and all the time that is there.
Yes.
So having that chess player mindset does help in becoming a realtor, from what I understand.
Yes.
All right. All right. And another question I have for you is: we talked about the challenges. What were some of your best moments in being a realtor?
Ooh, I, I really love that question. Some of the best moments in my career includes not only being able to help first-time home buyers find their home,
Ah,
but to see their happiness when they finally land that place. It is almost like winning a lottery for them because they're so excited they can't even eat. And I said, well, you have to go eat, but to them, it's the day that they've been waiting for. It may take 30, 45, 60 days for them to finally move into that house. When they get in there, especially if they have kids, it's like Christmas. And it's not just getting them to the house that they want, for the sellers to find the buyers for their house. It is also the ability to know these people because I build a relationship with them. I found in my few years back in real estate that each one of them, they're very unique. Their life stories are very unique that you cannot say, oh yeah, this and this and this. No, they all have their stories. They all have their life plans, and they all have their hardships too that they struggle with. But you get to know them. And knowing them is like being a part of their family, being a part of their future. So I get to call them, hey, happy birthday. Because before, I didn't know. And throughout the whole process, you're like, how did you know my birthday? I said, we were there when you were signing these things and everything. And you gave me a driver license. And I said, oh, it's your birthday next month, right? And I love that because I feel special. Not only that, I've been in the high five luncheon 3 times already, and
Oh,
I am part of the top 24 realtors in 2024. And I said,
ooh,
I am? How could that be? I'm just a learning person, but I struggle to just keep going and going and going. And the thing is, I don't force buyers to let's do it now. Some people are pushy. The thing with me is when it's their time, they wake up one day and they say, I wanted to do this, they'll call me. They'll call me even on the day when I'm leaving town, but I'll still manage to go work with them.
right,
The idea is it's like I said, it's not about me, it's about them. When the
exactly,
right time comes, because we can say, oh, I've been talking to them for this, and they just keep saying I'm not ready. But then one day they woke up, they're like, I'm ready to look for homes. These are the homes. Let's get pre-approved, right?
all right.
That's what I like about it. There's all the good times, the getting to know the people and recognizing the achievements.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, there's somebody out there that is inspired and amazed with what you're doing as a realtor, and they want to be in your shoes, and they basically are impressed with what you have done. If you could just talk to someone who wants to be in your shoes, what advice would you give that person?
I'd say, great. I'm happy for you. I really am happy for you. What made you go decide you want to be a realtor? And they'll say, I love what I see in you. And I know if you can do it, I can do this too. That's probably what they'll say, right?
Right,
Great idea. I'll also ask them, are you ready for the challenges? Are you financially ready? Being a realtor is like a business, opening a business because you are your own business. You are not employed at any brokerage. You are just hanging your license there because you cannot practice being an active licensed realtor if you don't have any brokerage you're attached to. Therefore, you have to pay your NAR dues, your LVR dues. You have to pass the test. You have to take the class first, pass the test, pay the dues, and all of these things, and continue learning with your continuing education year one, year three. It's amazing. You'll learn a lot. You'll grow as a person. It's a great investment. Are you ready? Or are you using the only last month money you have for your family? If you are, you probably need to think about it because you might not get the sale right away in your first month. What's
right,
going to happen to your family? Where is your family going to be living if you can't pay your mortgage, right? So you
mhm,
have to be financially ready. You have to be mentally ready. You have to actually have a good mindset. The mindset of being I can do this. I'm a player. You can't be oh, I can't do this. This is so hard. Being a victim. No, you got to be a good realty or realtor player. You have to keep going, playing, and doing everything you need to grow. You have to do these actions in order for you to succeed. So
all right.
be ready.
Oh, got to be ready. You got to be ready in what you do. And I really appreciate this. And how can more people know about you Christina Scoble, as a realtor? Where could they go?
Well, if I have given them my business card, I have my QR code in the back of it. Just click on that, put in their information to add me, then look at my website. It's all ready for them. If they find a place they're ready to go check, let me know. If they just want to ask a question, they can contact me directly, my email, my phone, text, call. I'm here. I'll answer you if it's past 10 at night. I'll answer you tomorrow because I could be snoozing already. And that QR code is a very good way to contact me.
All right. And what was the website again?
That would be Cristina Scoble .wardley.com.
All right. Wordly, Wardley,
Yes, re.com. Real estate.
re.com.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Christina at one
Christina
more time.
Scoble. Cristina Scoble .wardleyre.com.
All right. Cristina Scoble .wardleyre.com.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, this portion of the Sunday Morning Chat series is a shout out portion. It gives you an opportunity to thank all the people that made your journey as a realtor possible. If you can give a shout out to as many people as you possibly can, who would you like to give a shout out to?
Well, first of all, it would be my eternal, unconditional assistant, my Joe, who's always been there to provide assistance for me, rain or shine. It does not matter. He's my biggest support. If I'm feeling down because it's been a bad day, cancellations and this, he'd be there to go get me, rally me to be a more positive person because once in a while we get to be down.
Mm-hmm.
I also am grateful. I have a very good broker, Travis Saunders. He's been the one who's always there. And if I have a question, if he's in Texas or he's in Mexico, he'll say, "This is what it is." Or he'll call me and say, "Tell me what it is." I say, "Every time you go out of town, I have a question for you." And most especially, shout out to our dear Lord. He is responsible for all the blessings I have, and I'm eternally grateful for all his blessings and protection. I can't do any of this without his great blessings and protection. And thank you. And
All
as
right.
most especially Jesse, I am grateful you invited me here.
All right. Some great people, especially with Travis, the Lord, and your Joe. And it sounds like this Joe is quite the health of a guy. So definitely
That's it.
appreciate that. All right. So the last question I have for you is addressed to the people that watch this podcast. And these people are called the happy people. And they at each end of this final question, I always like to have the people that I interview share their words of wisdom for my crew, my people, the happy people. And if you have any wise words of wisdom for my people and my crew that watch this podcast, the happy people, what will your wise words or wisdom be?
Okay, this one I'll have to go read. Your
Ah,
your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you receive in payment. This is by Bob Berg and John David Mann, The Go Giver.
ooh. That is truly fantastic, Christina. And that is a perfect bookend to this wonderful interview of the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And Christina, on behalf of all the happy people that are watching this, I just thank you for being a part of the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III.
I appreciate it. I really am grateful that you invited me here. Thank you so much. You're the
All right.
best.
Thank you. Thank you. And this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. For more words of wisdom, for more of podcasts like this, go to prconnectionsradio.com. You can also go to YouTube and type in PR Connections. But wait, there's more. You can also check out a brand new YouTube page called Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III, where you get a chance to see me interview a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in their communities. So come back next Sunday at 9 a.m. for another episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. On behalf of all the happy people that are watching, I'd like to say take care of yourselves, and until next time, bye.
Bye.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.